Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going to uncover exactly why the plumbing in Independence, Missouri faces such, well, unique battles, and how the pros actually go about solving them. If you own a home around here, you already know the weather does not play nice. But the impact it has on your pipes, it's a fascinating and honestly sometimes super expensive hidden world. Let's get into it.
Think of this as your ultimate survival guide to protecting your biggest investment. We're breaking it down into 4 quick steps: Independence's unique challenges, common household plumbing failures, the 3-step repair process, and finally, codes, permits, and prevention.
All right, starting off with Section 1, Independence's unique challenges. So, because Independence sits right in a humid continental zone, we are dealing with what's basically a localized environmental triple threat. It's never just one thing going wrong, right? We're talking extreme temperature swings and freezing polar vortexes in the winter, shifting clay soils during those super wet springs, and that notoriously hard mineral-heavy water. It's a combo that is literally testing the limits of your home's infrastructure day in and day out.
Now, speaking of hard water, you might be wondering what that actually means. Well, the definition is water containing high levels of dissolved minerals, specifically calcium and magnesium deposits. And here's the kicker. Those deposits accumulate inside your pipes and fixtures over time. They're exactly what clogs up your shower heads, shortens the life of your water heater, and slowly, secretly reduces your home's water pressure.
Moving right along to Section 2, Common Household Plumbing Failures.
So how do those environmental factors actually attack your house? It turns out the damage is highly specific to when and where your house was built. It's kind of like a tale of two cities. If you live in an older, say a 1950s or 60s home near historic Truman Square, your main battles are corroding pre-1980s galvanized pipes and cracked clay sewer lines. But if you're in a newer build down in South Independence, your challenges are totally different. You're fighting premature failure of builder-grade fixtures and hidden leaks under slab foundations. And those slab leaks, they can waste thousands of gallons of water before you even notice a single drop.
The really crucial point here is the exact cause and effect of our brutal Missouri winters. Picture this. When temperatures drop below 32 degrees, especially in unheated crawl spaces or exterior walls, the water just sitting inside your pipes turns to ice. And as it freezes, it expands. So a polar vortex hits, that water expands in your uninsulated pipes, and bam, suddenly the pipe bursts and your crawl space is totally flooded.
And unfortunately, the threats don't magically stop when winter ends. Down underground, the shifting clay soil is literally breaking apart aging pipes. You see, wet Missouri springs cause the clay to swell up, and then dry summers cause it to shrink right back down. All that shifting cracks older clay sewer lines. And once there's a crack, it creates the perfect, nutrient-rich entry point for invasive tree roots to get in there and block your entire system.
Let's look at the solutions in Section 3, the 3-step repair process.
How do professional teams like Silverline Plumbing Kansas City actually stop all this localized damage? Well, it starts right here with being available 24/7. Because let's face it, burst pipes and raw sewage backups, they absolutely do not politely wait for regular business hours. A 24/7 rapid emergency response is your mandatory first line of defense to limit the water damage and just get your home back to normal fast.
To handle these massive emergencies without all the chaos, the pros utilize a super strict 3-step service process. This eliminates the guesswork entirely. Step 1 is rapid response and diagnosis, complete with upfront pricing so there are 0 surprises. Step 2 is professional repair or installation, and a good pro does this without pushing unnecessary replacements on you. Finally, Step 3 is rigorous testing and cleanup, making sure everything from your water pressure to the proper flow is totally verified before they even consider the job done.
A really key part of that rapid response is what's actually sitting in the trucks. They arrive in these fully stocked vehicles carrying components that perfectly match Independence's unique mix of 1950s ranch homes and modern subdivisions. By having the right parts on hand for both historic and modern architecture, they completely eliminate those frustrating delays where you have to wait days for a part to be ordered. It means same-day repairs, which is a total game changer.
Once they diagnose the issue, usually by snaking specialized camera inspection tools down the line, they have to choose the exact right approach. Depending on what those cameras find, they grab the right tool for the job. Now, simple cable augering, that's ideal for clearing out basic hair and grease from your indoor drains. But what if we're talking about those thick, invasive tree roots out in the main sewer line that we mentioned earlier? For that, you need hydrojetting. This uses ultra-high-pressure water to literally scour the inside of the pipe walls clean, slicing right through those roots without anyone needing to dig up your yard.
Almost done. Let's hit Section 4,
codes, permits, and prevention.
Let's quickly pull back the curtain on the rulebook. All of this plumbing work is governed by the International Plumbing Code, along with specific Missouri amendments. Now, adhering to this code isn't just a bunch of bureaucratic red tape, it's absolutely essential consumer protection. It dictates minimum pipe sizes, proper venting, and safe gas line installations. Bottom line, it's what keeps your drinking water safe from gross contamination and your gas lines completely secure.
Understanding exactly when the city needs to step in and inspect the work is also crucial. This little cheat sheet breaks it down nicely. If you're replacing a water heater, modifying a gas line, or doing major repiping or sewer repairs, a permit is absolutely required, and it protects your home's value. But if you're just fixing basic leaks, replacing simple fixtures, or doing some routine drain cleaning, you're good to go, no permit needed. Seriously, doing unpermitted major work can lead to massive headaches when you try to sell your home later on.
Now, instead of just sitting back and waiting for an emergency, you can actually fight back against Missouri's harsh environment with a few localized preventative steps. First, disconnect those garden hoses before winter hits to stop the line from freezing straight into your house. Second, get some insulation on those exposed pipes in your unheated crawlspaces. Third, if you're in an area prone to flooding, consider installing a backwater valve. That stops sewage from backing up into your house during heavy rains. And finally, grab a water softener to combat that hard mineral damage we talked about earlier.
Ultimately, this whole thing comes down to guaranteed quality work because, as Silverline Plumbing puts it, your home is your biggest investment. We treat it that way. Keeping that investment safe means really understanding what it's up against and bringing in the pros who actually know the local terrain.
Which brings us right to the end of our explainer. I want to leave you with one final, very practical thought to check on today. Think about your own crawl spaces and exterior walls for a second. Are your exposed pipes insulated before the next polar vortex hits? Get ahead of the weather, take care of your home, and we'll see you on the next explainer.